Kia ora Star Wars fans, welcome to Middle-Aged Kiwi Man collecting Star Wars figures. In this video we're going to do a review of Darth Vader. It's VC280 and it's Darth Vader Death Star 2. When his helmet starts to come off at the end of Return of the Jedi. Fantastic scene, fantastic cardback, and we know this is going to be a great figure because it's based on VC241 Darth Vader, so let's check it out. Okay, and I really appreciate this cardback, it's beautiful. The top left hand corner we've got the Return of the Jedi 40th anniversary logo, which looks really cool. It's a really nice image of Sebastian Shaw from Return of the Jedi. Luke Skywalker helps take his mask off. And you can see there his chest box with all the controls, and John Lindquist from the SWTVC team, also Vintage Concepts on Instagram, he pointed out in one of the podcasts about this image and that being completely SKUF, and I don't remember that from the film. But it's really cool to see that image. And if we have a close-up look at the figure, you can see it's going to be awesome. There's multi-parts to his helmet there. He's got an unlit lightsaber, he's got a lit lightsaber, and he's got the alternative hand, so you can have him both before and after getting his hand cut off by his son. And on the back, as we know, VC280 and some of the other figures in that wave. Right, we've been very lucky in the vintage collection line to get lots of Vaders, and Darth Vader is of course an important character who turns up in many different episodes and TV series and whatnot. So here's a VC280 Vader. You can see mine's a little bit sun damaged. So very early on in the line, with the reference to the original Kenner vintage figure. Very cool. That's on an Empire Strikes Back card, and on the Star Wars card we've got VC93, and on the back there you can see the change in style of vintage collection card. I should mention that VC08 has been reissued, so there's a more up-to-date with photoreal version of that. Then we get into VC178, the Rogue One Darth Vader. I actually really like this one. I know that a lot of people don't like the plastic cape in that, but it was cool to get another Vader 178, and of course he was kicking butt in that scene. And then, as I referenced before, VC241 Vader The Dark Times. This is the definitive Vader last year when it came out, VC241, and this one was really good for my channel because I picked it up early and I think I was the first person on YouTube to review it, so it's a very it's my most popular video. And now of course we have VC280 from Return of the Jedi. Of course there is another figure from Return of the Jedi which I don't have here, and that is VC115, and that's the Emperor's Wrath Vader, so I don't have that one. Nice look at this lovely cardback, and we'll open them up. Came out very nicely, didn't he? And let's have a quick look at him in the tray. Here's Darth Vader. Let's have a look. There's his chopped off arm, and you can see that lovely detailing, all silver bits and pieces. Some people have said maybe paint the wires red and stuff like that, but I don't mind it. There's his chest box with all the correctly painted details, and on his belt. It looks very, very nice. Soft goods underskirt, just like with Darth Times Vader, and correctly tucked underneath the shoulder armour. Let's have a look at that face. I think it looks fantastic, I really do. Look at the paint job, the scarring, and this piece does come out. If you pull the head off, I think you can lift this piece out, but I'm not going to do it. Nice scarring around his face. The detail of his ear, and that meaty as scar there. So we know about his articulation, same as Dark Times Vader. Those cool hips, swivel at the thigh there. Really good range of motion at the knee. Rocker ankles. This is nice and soft, so you can lift his arm all the way up, but I wouldn't overdo it because it would probably bend out of shape in time. There we go, nice elbow bend. Swivel wrist with an up and down hinge. And that head is on a double barbell, but because of this chin piece you can't really do much with it. Loaded with accessories. The lit lightsaber, it's the same one as from the Dark Times. Lightsaber hilt with a peg, so you can peg it into his side there. The alternative hand. Looks a bit loose in there, but oh yeah, it's got a peg in there so you can clip it in. And then the different parts of the helmet, and look at this. Look at that detail on there, all the mechanical bits and pieces and bits and bobs. Very nice. And then the iconic helmet for the top. Right, and there he is. I've popped off his severed hand and replaced it with the gloved hand. And now he can wield his lightsaber with two hands. And I know that Chris from Bantha Skull has been banging on for years about we don't have a Return of the Jedi Darth Vader that can hold his lightsaber properly. And now we do. See, there's ever such a slight gap where his helmet joins, but it doesn't bother me at all, and from far away you can't really see it. So that's him on the left. This is the Death Star 2 Darth Vader, and I'll just bring in Dark Times Darth Vader, and you can see with the lower body and everything else is pretty much the same. If I just bring them in, you can just see that their chest boxes are painted differently. Obviously this one is accurate to the Obi-Wan Kenobi show, and this one is accurate to Return of the Jedi. Very, very cool. Alright, I've just popped his severed hand back on, and before I do the next bit I'll just show you that, so you can have that as a representation of the SWTVC Instagram page. It is 100% what it was designed for. Well, I've got his lightsaber upside down. Anyway, you get the idea. And now let's have a look at his helmet in close up. So we'll pop off this top piece. And it's a real nice glossy piece, as you can see. So very, very accurate. And then we've got him with this part on. Let me look at you with my own eyes. But I have to save you. You already have. Okay, that was a poor impression, but you can see there the face sculpt looks amazing. Some people say it looks halfway between Sebastian Shaw and Anakin Skywalker, Hayden Christensen, but I don't know, and I'm not too bothered. It looks fantastic to me. Let's bring in some of the other versions of this figure. So we're going to compare it now to, this is the Power of the Force 2 one, and at the time this was stunning. This is the first time I kind of broke my rule for, I already had a Darth Vader, but I had to get this one because it was so cool and very scene specific. I still think the Power of the Force 2 one holds up pretty well. And then we got this repainted one, the VC280 from the Vintage Collection. Is it going to focus? And this one is absolutely Sebastian Shaw. And the photo reel, actually I'm going to move his lightsaber out the way, I think that's the problem. The photo reel really darkens his eyes. Right out the way, Power of the Force 2, Anakin, there we go. So yeah, I think they've always done a good job with this, but obviously this is the better of the three sculpts, and it comes on that pretty much perfect Darth Vader body, so you can't get better than this. So here's the three of them together. For me, definitely the new one, VC280. It's got a higher accessory count because it's 2 parts to the helmet. The others are just single parts to the helmet. It comes with the unlit lightsaber hilt as well. It comes with a spare hand. The articulation is just miles better than any of them, and I would argue the head sculpt is the best as well. So yeah, pretty much a perfect figure. And the cardback looks amazing as well. So please let me know in the comments, have you picked this one up yet? What do you think? And is it your best Darth Vader of all time, or is it still VC241, The Dark Times for you? Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I'm Middle-Aged Kiwi Man collecting Star Wars figures. Ka kite, and I'll see you on another video.